Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. Happy Wednesday! It is Hump Day. Um, I don't know how many people remember that Geico commercial, but I love that camel. He was hilarious. So, anyways, it is Self Care Wednesday. Today it's not always Self Care Wednesday lately, but today it is Self Care Wednesday, and I have a little something that my friend actually shared on Facebook. And I absolutely loved it. Thought it'd be great for a Wednesday, for a self-care Wednesday type of vibe and feel. So it's called A Little Guide to Glimmers. All right, A Little Guide to Glimmers. Glimmers are the opposite of triggers. They are tiny moments of awe. They spark joy and evoke inner calm. They have a positive effect on our mental health. They are micro moments causing tiny mood shifts. They send cues of safety to our nervous system. They bring feelings of ease and contentment. Our body responds with positive energy. They allow us to feel hope when lost. Our nervous system is strengthened by them. They can increase our well-being. And once we start embracing them, it can become a beautiful way to see the world around you. Now, I don't know what your thinking on this is, but I know there's always that one cynical person out there, right? So I added this part. And if you think any of this is bullshit, remember how you felt the last time you had a glimmer of hope. So we all know that phrase, right? A glimmer of hope. And I was actually surprised it wasn't in here. But maybe I was trying to think that maybe the person who wrote this original post was thinking maybe they'll remember that glimmer of hope. Maybe they'll tune in and touch base with that glimmer of hope. Because as long as we have a glimmer of hope, we have a whole big vast wide world of hope. Okay, and you're like, what? Exactly. I know, you're like, make some sense, please. Excuse me. A glimmer of hope means that, not to give up, not to, just let go, to just, know that whatever it is that you were either praying for or setting an intention for or trying to manifest, you have that glimmer of hope. You have that little spark or that hint or that sign, right? A glimmer of hope can be a sign of, everything is going to be okay. But we have to trust that. We have to trust that. In fact, yesterday before I went to bed, because yesterday was a bit of a, I was okay yesterday, but I just could not focus. And, excuse me, there was just a lot of worry and doubt and all this stuff going on. So I wrote this down before I went to bed, and it says, find the positive no matter the outcome. All right, find the positive no matter the outcome, because sometimes the outcome may not be what we want it to be, but it's what it needs to be. I mean, think about if everything was easy, we wouldn't learn anything, right? So sometimes when we feel like, hey, how come I didn't get this outcome that I asked for? Well, you may have more lessons to learn, or you may be being shifted into a different direction. You just have to trust it. You have to trust. Human nature is digging in our heels and going, nope. But sometimes we have to let go of that ego part of us and just say, all right, I'm going to trust that whatever it is I need is going to come to me, and it's going to come to me at the right time. Again, whether you're praying for it, whether you're setting an intention for it, or manifesting. Now, if you're setting an intention or manifesting, and even praying, I think it's wise to say this or something better. Okay, this or something better. You need to give your higher power or your higher self the wiggle room to make things happen for you. If you don't give it the wiggle room and you're saying something very specific, you're just going to be sitting there waiting a while, because that something specific may not be meant for you. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. You could be very specific, but say, or something better. And that doesn't mean that what you're asking for isn't great. It just may not be for you. It just may feel like it's for you at the moment, but it may not be for you. So, maybe you wanted this, oh, I'm so happy and grateful for the little red sports car. Well, little red sports cars, they try to downplay the thought that little red sports cars or red cars do not get pulled over that often, but they do. And why? It's not because they're looking for them. It's because they're easy to see. So maybe you get the little black sports car, which goes a little unnoticed, or the little gray one, or the little white one, or the little blue one, like subtle blue. bright colors, you're going to get seen and spotted. But the point is that I know it's not the best example, I know, but you know, and I know you're like, oh, why do you got to go to the material stuff? But my point is that maybe there's a reason why it hasn't happened, you know, or maybe you're not putting enough trust into it. You have to trust. If you are going to pray, set an intention, or manifest something, you have got to trust and believe that it is going to happen. You have to give yourself this glimmer of hope that it is going to work out, that it is going to be okay. Because when we lose that glimmer of hope, we lose a part of ourselves. We lose a big chunk of that, you know, belief and that trust. Believing and trusting can be so hard. For people who have had trauma in their lives, it can be really hard. Because who do I trust? If you've been hurt by somebody, who do I trust? Who do I believe in? And sometimes you just feel like, well, you know, if I do this on my own, I'm going to be fine. I may be lonely, or I may be this, or I may be that, but is that really how you want to be? Is that really how you want to live? We have to learn to trust one another. We have to learn to believe in one another, and we have to learn to use our spidey instincts so we know when to walk away. Okay? And yeah, sometimes bad things are going to happen. Those are the lessons. Do they feel good? Hell no. They hurt like shit. Of course they do. Trust me, I've had enough lessons being tossed at me. They felt like, you know, baseballs being, you know, lobbed at my head. I mean, not that I've had a baseball lobbed at my head, but that's how much they hurt. These lessons that we have to go through sometimes, it's this pain and, you know, these bad moments that happen to us in our life. But they also teach us what we're made of when we learn how to heal from them. You know, I never thought I was a super strong person. I was talking to an older sibling last week, because she's not my real sister, but she's like an older sibling to me. She's like a soul sister. And so I told her, I said, you know, it's kind of funny. It's like, my mom always wanted me to be strong. She always worried that I wasn't strong. But my mom also sheltered me quite a bit growing up. It was my dad that says you have to let her make her own mistakes. You have to let her live her life. If she falls down and she trips, she has to learn how to get back up on her own. And my mom's like, but, you know, and then, yeah, I had a heart surgery when I was a kid, and that might have made her a little overprotective. She wasn't a helicopter mom, but she was definitely a mama bear. I mean, my dad was a papa bear, trust me. Hurt me, and, you know, you don't want to know what's going to happen. 6 foot tall of father coming at you. But, and mom, 5'2" of mom coming at you. That was probably even scarier. But she did. It got a little confusing, and I realized that. And once I realized that, I was like, oh, that's why. But then I also realized that I've always been strong. There were a lot of things I had to survive in my life that nobody ever knew about, and I pulled myself through. I survived it. And then I had to survive my own healing journey. But I kept that glimmer of hope. And that's what we have to do. We have to keep that glimmer of hope. So I'm going to read this one last time. A little guide to glimmers. Glimmers are the opposite of triggers. They are tiny moments of awe. They spark joy and evoke inner calm. They have a positive effect on our mental health. They are micro moments causing tiny mood shifts. They send cues of safety to our nervous system. They bring feelings of ease and contentment. Our body responds with positive energy. They allow us to feel hope when lost. Our nervous system is strengthened by them. They can increase our well-being. Once we start embracing them, it can become a beautiful way to see the world around us. Or it says around you, but around us, right? So once we start embracing them, it can become a beautiful way to see the world around you. I think we all deserve that. I think we all deserve that glimmer of hope, and I think we all deserve to be able to embrace this hope and this glimmer, to be able to see the beauty of the world around us. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things happening in the world right now. Lots of bad things. And it is devastating. It is heartbreaking. But as hard as it is to watch some of these things, we have to continue to shine our light into this world. We cannot let the negative energy win. You know, I mean, I know that just praying and, you know, or setting intentions isn't just going to keep people alive. I get that. Trust me. I understand the severity and all the stuff in the world that's happening right now. But for those of us who carry that light, we have to continue to carry that light. All right. So, and give them, the people who are in pain and struggling, a glimmer of hope. All right. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Please, please, please take care of yourselves. If you'd like to see the longer version of this, you can catch it on my YouTube channel under the Aloha Perspective with Shelley Marie Lucas. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow.